mentioned in my previous video that I would show you how I kind of store all my needles and hooks and things like that. So that's what this video will be about. I pretty much have all my supplies stored in these little, I don't even know, pouches, box, thing, basket, things like that. But this is pretty much it. Except for over there where I store everything too big that doesn't really fit in there. So this is how obnoxious I am. I have these knitting needles that actually they light up. So yeah, I might have a problem. But so yeah, this is it. In this big case, I don't know, I bought this a couple years ago, I think at AC Moore or something. This is where I store all of my huge needles. So they range in different sizes. I even have some tiny ones, but these are, I have some of these like really long ones. So they all go in here. And they're not really organized very well. I mean, that's like really low on my to-do list. As long as they're in one spot, I'm happy. You can kind of find the match. They're all different colors. And then in my really mature and amazing High School Musical fabric box, I have these wooden needles. I got them for really cheap on some like knitting wholesale site. They're from China. I wouldn't say they're the greatest quality needles, but if you just need like a bunch of needles in all different sizes, then I would recommend it, because I think this whole thing plus this wrap and every single size double point needle, I think might have come to $60. I think, I don't remember. It was crazy cheap though for all these different sizes. So I'm pretty well prepared for anything people want to throw at me. And then I have all these looms I've never used. I have all the big ones up there in my closet, but I have some of these little ones because I really wanted to get into that just for fun. So I have those. I have this little nifty knitter thing. This reminds me of, I used to have like this little lady who had all these poles on the top of her head that you could use. So that reminded me of that, and that's why I got it. So. And then I have my favorite, the flower loom. I mean, this is pretty ancient. I bought it off eBay about 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's from like the 1970s. I couldn't find them anywhere at the time. And now that they've grown back in popularity, they're making all kinds of new ones. But this is mine in a beautiful shade of fluorescent yellow. Double-ended crochet hook that I haven't used. I needed a size, like a humongous size hook, and they only had it in double-ended at the time because AC Moore sometimes doesn't have the greatest selection. But I can deal with it. I'll use it for something, I'm sure. And then I have the Doodle Loom, which supposedly you can make pom-poms with, but I've never opened it. But just like everything else, I will eventually get to it one of these days when I have time. This is these are my Knit Picks Interchangeables, the nickel plated, which I really like the nickel plated, but I really want their wooden ones. But if you don't know what these are, basically you get the wire, and then you get all the different sized needles that you can add on. So I mean, they're kind of expensive at first, but in the long run it's a worthwhile investment. I mean, I still like buying needles, so I still buy them anyway, but I really like using these because the nickel plated, they're just so nice and slippery. So that's where I have those, and I also have a pouch of stitch markers in the front because I seem to always need those. But these are homemade ones that I got in a couple different swaps. Like that was a Christmas one. It's like candy canes and pink ones. So I really like those. So those are all my circulars. Well, here's more of the Daisy Loom stuff. Like you can see, this really isn't, you know, the most recent, you know, instruction manual. I mean, for Christ's sake. Look at her hair. But, yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of stuff with daisy looms. And I think the flowers that come out of it can be, like, really pretty. What else? There's also, like, these little ones. I have no idea what you use them for. But, yeah, so this is really the big monster. This has everything. I got this from AC Moore a while back as well. The first tier are like all my freaking crochet hooks. So these are the, you know, the huge ones that you get, L to P, which I just used the N1 on a chunky hat this weekend, and it worked up so fast. Like, I love the huge chunky hooks. Here's a P double-ended hook. I don't know, I really like crocheting either a bunch of strands of yarn and using big hooks or the chunky yarn. I don't do it that often, but it's really fun. Here you go. That's kind of a beast. An amazing beast. That's that one. And then I just have, and then on the other end of the scale, I have these little tiny ones. Here's another huge one. Apparently I need multiples of these because, I don't know. Yeah, so these are all my hooks. And then these are all my extra circular needles. And then all my double points, which you can see from that website. Like, I got like every single size you can imagine. And I'm missing a couple, but for the most part they're here. Oh, and I don't know why, but I keep my cable needles. I hate these kind of needles. I've actually just started using the double points instead of the cable needles because they drive me nuts. And I have these things too, which also make me insane. These are stitch holders, and these days I just sew yarn through the stitches and hold them on there instead of doing these because these just seem to get in my way and poke me. So yeah, so those are all my needles down there. And then finally, this is where I hold my current projects. My knit kit, which is really handy, that has everything in there. And this is the bolero I'm knitting. Watch me pull this out from all the stitches. It's really pretty. I want to wear it on Christmas Eve. So maybe one of these days I'll actually be able to work on it a little bit. But these are also Knit Picks needles, the Harmonies. They're wooden and they're really pretty, and I want to get the interchangeables of those. There's a smaller set, and I don't know why I have hooks in here. Here's the yarn that I'm using for it. It's really nice. It's Knit Picks Shine Worsted, and it's really soft and really fun to work with. It does shed a little bit. I keep finding little cream colored fuzzies everywhere, but it's really, really awesome. And then this was a lace scarf. I really hate lace, but I thought I would do it anyway. A pink lace scarf that I started and will probably never finish because that's just how I roll. Yeah, so then that's where I store my current projects, next to the awesome chair. So that's it. Once again, I hope you guys have a great day, and if you want to show me how you store your yarn and your supplies, that would be really cool. I always like watching those videos because I get such great ideas from you guys. So, alright, have a great day.